Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jamie. In today's video, I wanted to talk all about vintage Chanel, including a bag review on this beautiful bag, which is my single flap big CC bag. So this handbag review is long overdue. I've had this handbag for over 2 years, and I really wanted to be very thoughtful when it comes to my experiences with this handbag. This is definitely a statement maker, especially with that big CC and the gold hardware, and it's one of the most unique bags in my collection. So I'm excited to explore in this bag review all about this handbag hardware. I think the hardware is beautiful, and it definitely is one of the best features about this overall handbag. This is the 24 karat hardware. I love the big CCs. I think that's what makes this bag so great. This chunky chain. It's got a little bit of weight to this chain. But can we talk about the gold? This is different from what you're probably used to with a lot of more modern Chanel handbags where it's that champagne gold. This is more that bright yellow gold hardware. The chain. One thing I wanted to call out was this chain, to pull it through the grommets. It's not as fluid as newer classic flaps because this chain is so thick. You have to kind of work it through. You can't just pull through. Whereas on your classic flap, you can easily see that fluidness. It's not happening with this bigger vintage. Weight. This handbag has a little bit more weight because of this chain, and it's a fairly big handbag. But let's weigh the handbag. Now the leather, this is a lambskin leather. Can you speak about differences in vintage leather and newer, the feel, texture, etc.? When I compare this leather to some of my more updated like 28 series and up handbags with lambskin, it just doesn't feel the same. And I would say that the durability actually is much greater with the vintage series. So I brought one of my newer non-vintage handbags. So this is a 28 series trendy CC, and then also this is my 21P collection. It's a 30 series. And just to talk about more newer Chanel leather lambskin, I feel like this particular lambskin has a little bit more sheen than my 21P. This one feels a little bit more matte and drier to me than the trendy, and then even this. It still feels much smoother on the vintage one. Just more of a natural sheen that feels more luxe. Like, I want to say it's like well made. Even this, I feel like it's a little bit more sensitive to scratches than if I was to scratch this. I feel like it would be more durable and I could probably get it out and smooth it out a little bit more. The hand on these, I feel like there's like, this one's just more hardy wearing leather, and you guys just gotta take my word for it, but I would prefer the lambskin from the vintage even more than these two beauties, believe it or not. When it comes to the shape of this handbag, it's a structured handbag. It's pretty much a big rectangle. And I think if you compare it to some of the more modern jumbos, they have more of a rounded shape. This one's very much a rectangle. You can see by the side, there is a big back pocket in the back, which I think is very great compared to, I think, so many handbags nowadays. The pocket's pretty small. Let's talk about price. When I purchased this handbag back in 2020, I paid about $3,600. Now, when I look at the resale market and what's on there, like say Fashion File now, I see this handbag going for at least a minimum of $5,000, depending on the condition. I still think it's a pretty good price when you compare it to today's brand new jumbo in the store, which is like over $10,000. So even though this handbag did go up from when I purchased it 2 years ago, which is crazy, it's like over 1,500 to 2,000. Still, if you love a jumbo from Chanel and you love a big CC, I say still go for it while the prices are still under the retail prices for a brand new one. But this is a very distinct look, so you gotta really love this type of style. Now let's talk about wear and tear. When I purchased this handbag, I knew it had a little bit of wear and tear, meaning some indentation that comes with the vintage handbags. If you get the darker color, especially in lambskin, this is a vintage handbag, so you can see creasing. I think that would be probably like the biggest thing. But the creases here, they don't bother me like they do with some of the more modern Chanel bags. I think it's a lot more durable, like I said, but I would say in terms of wear and tear, you gotta just be aware that you have a vintage handbag, so you could experience that, especially along these areas. It's essentially a big classic flap, so you can get wear here since you're lifting the flap, and it's gonna cause wear on the back here. I think one thing I've noticed, because I have a fairly decent sized collection, it does get dust on the top, and so now and then I do have to make sure that I dust the bag. Mod shots. You can wear it on your shoulder, but it is very long if I was to try to pull it through and wear it on the one chain strap versus the two. So typically, if I'm using this handbag, I'll use it as a shoulder bag. You can even pull it in and tie it so that way you can wear it at a shorter length. That is another option I've done. Now you could almost have this as a big clutch where you just tie the insides and then you can just hold it, but that's another fun look as well. Style. I definitely think that any outfit, it will add something, some more flavor to your outfit and a little bit more edge. I really appreciate that about this handbag. I do like how this has got more of the brown and the gold pairing. It's very pretty together, and I really don't ever see this handbag out. So if you're looking for something unique, statement, this would be a great choice. In terms of what fits, this handbag can put a lot. You name it, you can pretty much fit a fair amount. What it does not fit is a laptop. I actually tried it, but you can fit an iPad. So just keep in mind this is an all leather handbag, and the more you put into the handbag, it's going to add more weight to this bag and the weight that you got to carry on your arm. Now, would I buy this handbag again if I could do it all over? I 100% would. I don't really use this handbag so much. I think one, because my collection is pretty decent size, so I'm always trying to just switch out bags all the time for different looks. But I love having this handbag in my collection. Like I said, it's one of the most unique handbags that I have. I love the rich brown. I think this is so pretty, especially in the fall and winter months. There's just something unique about having a vintage piece in your collection, especially for a Chanel lover. I do love my Chanel bags. I use them. I'm also a little bit of a collector, so this definitely was one handbag that does check the box for me. Guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this bag review on my vintage Chanel flap. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Take care.